Recognize the gentlewoman from Tennessee, Mrs. Black, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. While the President returned from the campaign trail last week with a slightly more conciliatory tone, his insistence on a year-end tax hike on small businesses is unchanged. And frankly, that is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for more than 23 million Americans struggling for work right now. It's unacceptable for millions of middle-class Americans struggling to support their families with rising gas prices and higher health insurance costs. And it's unacceptable because it will destroy jobs and hurt our economy. Yesterday, the President said that his re-election victory is a mandate to help the middle class. He can start with helping the middle class by stopping his job-killing tax hike on small businesses. The President continues to call for an increased tax rates for the top two brackets, which hit more than 1 million small businesses and 53% of all small business income. That's a big problem, considering that small businesses create 2 out of every 3 jobs in America. According to the Ernst & Young report, the President's plan will result in the elimination of 700,000 jobs. The position of the congressional Republicans on extending current income tax rates for all Americans is far from extreme. It is actually the same exact position that President Obama espoused 2 years ago when he agreed to extend all Bush-era tax rates for 2 years on the basis that raising tax rates would hurt our weak economy. That logic still stands. In fact, our economy is even weaker today than it was in 2010. GDP growth is lower than 2010, in large part due to the loss of the President's health care law and his administration's dramatic increase in regulations. With more than 23 million Americans struggling to find work, that is not the time to be raising taxes on anyone, period. We must also find common ground on the defense sequester to ensure that spending cuts are implemented, but in a way that does not weaken our military or threaten our national security. Both the tax and spending issues we face in lame duck are a microcosm of our nation's massive fiscal and economic long-term challenges. Entitlement reform and comprehensive pro-growth tax reform in the 113th Congress are key to addressing our nation's greatest challenges. The policy outcome and the narrative that transpire from this lame duck session will set the stage for what is possible in 2013 and beyond. We have a critical opportunity right now to avert the fiscal cliff and lay the groundwork for bipartisanship with policies that reflect our economic and our fiscal realities. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentlewoman yields back. The chair